SVO, which is the Special Vehicle Operations of JLR, really put the sport into the Range Rover Sport. It turned this SUV into a wild machine, and for 2018, is planning on amping things up to an all-new level, not just in terms of performance, handling as well. And we've got some time with it here in the UK to figure out what it's got on offer. Don't expect to see wild changes. After all, this is an update. And it has got some serious updates under the skin and some on it. So right here, what has changed? Well, since this is based on the 2018 Range Rover Sport, it's got the new all-LED headlamps. Actually, the top-of-the-line headlamp options use LEDs and lasers to light up the road ahead. These are shared with the new Range Rover. Tail lamps are new, but being an SVR, that hood is carbon fiber. Saves about 3.5 kilograms. And then if you run your eyes down the sides, you'll see the new alloy wheels. These are the 22 options that we're running. These save about 8 kilograms. And these are forged like the wheels before, but the design changes have managed to make them lighter. Let's stick to the SVR quotient, and on the inside you can see that you've got these really cool, well-finished carbon fiber inlays. You've got a new sportier steering wheel, and it's got this carbon fiber trim here as well, especially here for the SVR versions. And I'm sure you haven't missed the SVR seats. Now these have magnesium frames, and that also has helped cut down on weight. Range Rover claimed that weight has been saved by as much as 30 kilograms. But since overall vehicle weight has gone down by only about 20 kilograms, we take that with a pinch of salt. But if you really want to save weight, don't opt for the panoramic sunroof, which can slide open with a wave of your hand. Kind of pointless, but we are glad to see other glass pieces here. And when it comes to the luxury factor, like with the other Range Rovers, you're now getting the Touch Pro Duo setup here in the Range Rover Sport as well, which means these two beautifully finished screens with menus split across them. Great to use. And that aside, of course, in terms of the luxury quotient, the Sport has pretty much got everything you'd want. While we wish these screens were quicker and more responsive, we can't ask for more here. Now once you get going, the big change of course is the fact that the 5-litre V8 supercharged engine has reworked internal to give you more power and more torque. You have 575 PS and 700 Newton meters of torque, but it's that just makes it exceptional every time you put your foot on the gas. This is a 2.3-ton SUV and it does 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. If that isn't enough, its 280 km/h top speed is faster than the older car's 260 by a significant margin. Not that you'll ever go that fast, but bragging rights. What you will experience for sure is this. Oh man, the throttle response is just so sharp and dynamic. It's ridiculous what this thing does. Basically, it just jumps ahead when you prod the throttle. At first, it feels a bit too frisky, and it takes some time to get used to it. What will take you less time to get used to is the way the SVR handles. Now this is a big SUV, and with all this performance it was a little bit of a handful, and what the SVR team has done is reworked everything to make it just that little bit nicer when you're driving it fast. So the suspension, whether it's the tune for the dampers, the electronics that control it, everything has been reworked to make it just that little bit cleaner. Glory be to the lines of code that control the all-wheel drive system, the air suspension, the active dampers and the active anti-roll bars. And of course the torque vectoring too. Then there are the new valves in those dampers. This has all been done so that on the straights,
So when you put your foot down, it doesn't squat as much as it did earlier.
and also in the twisty bits.
It just holds that line tight. Of course, you do have a little bit of roll even here in dynamic, but like we said, it's still a big SUV.
Nonetheless, it feels more sporty and enjoyable, and surprising.
And when you're steering it around, it always surprises me as in how quickly it turns in. Now, of course, still no carbon ceramic brakes here on this SVR.
But the revised fenders allow better airflow and hence cool the brakes better. The gills on the hood do the same thing for the engine, as the supercharger spins up faster now. Then there's the exposed carbon fiber on the hood that just looks so mean. But the fake vents behind the front wheels are a bit blah. Expect the updated SVR to cost around 10 to 15 lakh rupees more than the outgoing car. More bang for your buck? You bet.
In many ways, it's like the supercar you want for Indian roads.